Hey, how's it going, everybody? On today's episode, we're going to be talking about steamed dumplings. Now, it's an interesting subject because right now we're in the middle of a pandemic, and some of the original steamed dumplings in China that came from a doctor or pharmacologist at the time, the name of Zhang or Zhongjing, and basically there were a lot of warlords and conflicts going on, and people were subject to a lot of infectious diseases going around. And at the time, there was a lot of cold, in the middle of winter, people are sick, and he devised a way to get people to have their medicine. I mean, medicine at the time meant certain foods affected certain organs, and if he managed to encapsulate all those herbs and foods into a package and deliver it to the people, they could heal themselves. Anyways, that's the story of how the steamed dumplings came to be. I'm just going to do a very basic version of one. A friend of mine wanted to know how to make them, so we'll check it out. Let's go. For today, we're going to do steamed dumplings. Well, first thing we're going to need to make the wrapper, we're going to need 270 grams of flour. I'm using all-purpose here, but you could use bread flour. We're also going to need 175 to 180 mils of water. We put this all into a bowl. You can mix it by hand if you like, but I'm using the machine. And you just keep on working it until it comes off the sides and forms into a ball just like this. For the filling, we're going to need 2 carrots that we're going to shred and peel. We're also going to need a 1-inch piece of ginger that we're going to peel, 280 grams of ground pork shoulder, lots of fat in there, the green part of a scallion, and here's how we go about it. We peel our carrots and we shred them, and then we're going to put them into a pot of water, just enough water to cover, bring it to a boil, and that's going to be the starting point. While that's going to the boil, we're going to slice up our scallion very thinly, and we're also going to do the same thing with the ginger. First into slices, and then we slice it again. It should look like this. Then we're going to need 6 grams of cornstarch, 4 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of salt. The cornstarch is to bind, the sugar is sweet, and the salt gives a little extra flavor. Now, once the carrots have boiled, we let them cool for 5 minutes, and then we scoop them out of the pot. We're going to put these into a bowl. Now remember, we're going to keep some of that carrot water. It's going to add a little bit of flavor to our mix, and it helps things bind together. Keep about 30 mils worth of carrot water. So here we go. The carrots in the bowl. We add our ginger and scallions, just like this. Make sure you get everything. And then we're also going to add our meat. Here you go. Make sure you get everything out of the pot. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our binding agents, our sweetening agents, and the salty flavor. All into the bowl, just like this. And the final step, we add our carrot water to the entire mix, and then we get on to the fun part. We just squish it all together until it becomes a nice homogeneous mixture. Just like this. Get your hands in there, squish it around, and it should start to get sticky and look like this. Cover it up. Now, how to make the dumpling? Well, I have my cookie cutter and my handy pierogi maker. You just flour the top of your surface, get your dough that's been resting an hour, and you roll it out center towards the ends till it's about 1/8 of an inch. Then you cut it out with the cookie cutter. Once that's done, we flour it a bit and we squish the edges of the circle. This helps it thin out. Put it into the dumpling maker, add our stuffing right into the middle, and you can be a bit generous with this. The dough has enough pliability that it can stretch a bit, so don't worry if there's a bit too much on your spoon. Once that's done, you fold it over, and there you have it, instant dumpling. Now we're going to have a wok or any type of steamer on the go with a heavy boil. But first we're going to line the bottom of the steamer with some wax paper. So what you do is you just take some wax paper, you cut a circle, and you make a little hole in the center so the steam can circulate. Once that's done, You put your dumplings into your steamer right next to each other, and we're going to let this go for 25 minutes. This will cook them through. They'll have a nice softness and a good chew. And here we have it, ready to go. Now this is fairly similar to what the Chinese would call jiaozi, or their version of a ravioli, but there is a wide variety of dumplings available in southern China, worth exploring. So here we go. We cover up our steamer, we let it go for 25 minutes, and here's the end result. Soft dumplings with a very good meaty flavor, salt, sweet, a little bit of everything in there, ready to go. And I'm serving this one with some stir-fried zucchini and a little bit of ginger. Have a great week, everyone. Share, like, subscribe, and eat your comfort food. Cheers.